Hello friends, this is Chinmay from Ethereal Elixir, and in this episode we are going to try a famous dish from the city of Cuttack. Cuttack is a city in Odisha and it's very famous for its street foods. And this dish is the heartbeat or lifeline of Cuttack, I can say. The name is Dahibara and Aloo Dum. Again, it's not Dahi Bhalla because Dahi Bhalla is a bit sweeter, whereas this Dahibara is soaked in buttermilk or in yogurt, and then on top of it they give a spicy potato curry which tastes really amazing. So let's check the ingredients and let's try the recipe. I take 1.5 cup, nearly 300 gram of split and skinned black gram dal, also known as urad dal. So this urad dal, I wash it around 5 to 6 times till I get a clear stream of water, and then soak it for 6 hours. After 6 hours, we'll start preparing our buttermilk or the watery yogurt which we really need. So after 6 hours, here I have a 1-inch mango ginger or white turmeric, around 5 to 6 green chilli, 15 curry leaves, 1 cup of or 250 grams of dahi or yogurt, 1 tablespoon of regular table salt, half teaspoon of black salt, and roasted cumin and chili powder. First, what we'll do is we'll crush this mango ginger and green chili together so that we get the flavor out of it. And if you have noticed, I kept the skin on so that it will have an earthy flavor. Now in my mixing bowl, I add the yogurt, I break open the curry leaves so that the flavors will come out. I add the roasted cumin and chili powder, salt, black salt, and finally the crushed green chili and mango ginger. If you do not get mango ginger, maybe you can add regular ginger, but mango ginger definitely enhances the flavor because it has a raw mango taste to it. And to this I add around 3 cup or 750 milliliter of regular water and mix it real good. And at this point you can taste for salt, or like if you need some more spices, then you can add a little more roasted and cumin chili powder, or if you think it's too watery, then you can add a little dahi or yogurt to it. But it should be actually watery because that's when the baras will soak the flavor from it. And keep it aside. Now we go back to our urad dal. I strain it and then this goes in my wet grinder. So this is a stone wet grinder which is really good for this kind of batter, whether you are making dosa or vada. And start it and then gradually keep adding the rest of the urad dal. And if you have noticed, I have added very little water to it so that it will be really thick, so it might stick to the stone or the side of the bowl. So that's when you can use your hand or a spatula to scrape it out, and then it will take around 25 minutes to 30 minutes to make a good thick smooth batter, and that's when we'll check whether it has come out good or not. So let's transfer it to a bowl and see, this is really thick. And what you'll do is you'll take a glass or bowl of water and then drop a small ball. If it floats to the top, then it has come out real good. I take half teaspoon of salt and around 2 tablespoons of suji or semolina, mix it real good and let it rest for around 20 minutes. Yes, within 20 minutes, suji will absorb the moisture and the batter will become real thick. And before I fry, I added pinch of baking soda. You can skip it, like you do not really need to add baking soda. And this is how you make the vadas. Let me show it to you this way. Like, keep a flat circular batter on your forefinger, then use your thumb to make a tiny hole and immediately drop in the oil. So the temperature of the oil should be at medium. So keep it at medium flame. It should not be too high, because if it is too high, it will turn brown on the outside and inside it won't be cooked properly. So these are really very tiny, but once we soak them in the yogurt water or watery yogurt, it will become really bigger. It will double in size. So let it soak for around 5 hours. Yes, 5 to 6 hours on the countertop. And let me show it to you back again. So this is how it looks. And compare the one which we fried and the one after we soak. This is double or more than double. Now we are going to temper it. I have some punch foran here. I add it to the oil. Once it starts spluttering, then I add the green chili, and I have around 25 curry leaves. Goes in the curry leaves. I also add around 4 to 5 dry red chili, and all goes in. This tempering looks really good and it smells divine. So this goes in the dahi vadas. And if you look at the dahi vadas now, it has double or triple the size from the original one. So let me show it to you, like how juicy, how tender it is after it was been soaking in the buttermilk or in the dahi for around 6 hours. So if you squeeze it a bit, like it, all the juices comes out. It's time to thicken the yogurt now. I have 1 cup or 250 grams of dahi or yogurt, half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of black salt, and 1 cup of water. So I mix it real good and add it to the dahi vadas and gently fold it in because you do not want to break the soft padas. You can taste for salt and seasoning, and it's right time to serve these badas now. In Odisha, they always serve dahi vada with aloo dum. I also have few more ingredients here just for the garnishing. I got two bowls. In one of the bowl, I am going to serve only the badas, not the dahi. And in the other bowl, I am going to serve the watery yogurt or the dahi, and it tastes really good with aloo dum. So I also have aloo dum on the side in another bowl. So I pour it on top of the dahi vadas, and then I'll garnish it with some onions and few sev. And I also have black salt and roasted cumin and chili powder that also goes on top of the dahi. So both the bowls are ready. In one bowl you have the vadas and aloo. In other bowl you have just the dahi. It's a very good summer cooler, and please do try this recipe and do let me know how it turns out for you.
Hey guys, it's Miss Cuttack and I'm going to be trying this really tasty Dahibara Aloo Dum. So this dish is really famous in Cuttack, which is a city in Odisha. Just like New York style cheesecake is famous in New York, and in Mumbai, Vada pav is really famous too. This Dahibara Aloo Dum is really famous in Cuttack. So on the bottom we have our doi bara, and then we have our aloo dum on the top, sprinkled with onions and more goodies. And then on the side in another bowl we have our dahi with a nice sour lime. So I got some of my potato here and also one onion. It looks really good, and let's try it for you now. So the potato is really soft, and the onion, it's sort of crunchy, and the onion sort of gives the potato a really nice flavor. And there are a lot of other spices in our doi vada aloo dum, and they each have an individual like flavor, but when put together, that combo of spices tastes really good. Okay, so this is my bora. It looks really good and soft, so let's try it. So yeah, it really is soft, and since the bora actually absorbed the dahi, it tastes really good, and like yeah, that's how it tastes. So now I'm going to be trying just the dahi, and it looks really good. So let's try it. So the dahi tastes really good. I really like the spices in dahi too. They're like to perfection. Like the salt, it's not too salty. It's just right. And I also really like the decoration, so I'm gonna try a little bit. And the decoration tastes really good too. So please do try this recipe and subscribe, share, and like. And don't forget to smash that bell icon. Goodbye. I don't think on they could just camera and look at me for real, not in the camera. Can you please stop the camera and let me enjoy my doivara?
गीत तो चल छोड़ी होता ना